Welcome everyone to tonight's Zalon. I'm thrilled to see you all here on this beautiful spring night and to present to you a very special program. For those of you who are new, I started my salon in 1986 to continue the long European tradition of music in the home, to foster collaboration amongst artists, and to help build a vital and joyful community around the arts. During these 34, almost 35 years, there have been over 7,000 performers and over 18,000 audience members coming through my living room and now the virtual stage. I wanted to create a contemporary spin on the traditional salons, presenting not only classical chamber music, but also jazz, world music, contemporary music, folk, multimedia, and many genre-defying forms, as you'll hear tonight. You'll hear 9 performances this evening from artists who are playing for you from their living rooms and studios. I'm going to give a short introduction to each performer before their set. However, I highly encourage you to check out the program page on our website to learn more about these amazing artists, and that link is in the chat. And I'd also like to ask you to please consider donating to the artists tonight. Every little bit helps, since so many artists have been out of work for over a year now due to the pandemic. You can make a simple tax-deductible donation through our fiscal sponsor, Crossroads Music. I'm also really grateful to my friend Gerardo Rizumni for setting this up so that you can make easy donations to the performers. That link is posted in the chat, and it's also on our website, zalonarts.org. The donations go to the performers, and my team and I volunteer. You can opt to donate a portion to Zalon expenses if you wish. Some exciting news: a 35-year anniversary of the salon is coming up in September, and there's going to be an awesome program that's already scheduled for that celebration, and it will be a hybrid, a Zalon hybrid. I'm thinking maybe S-Z-A-L-O-N. What do you think? Some in my home, some remote, all streamed to the Zalon audience. More on that soon, and if you'd like to receive my invitations for updates, please email me. My contact is on my website, andreaclearfield.com. I feel incredibly fortunate to be working with a fantastic team of engineers who create magic by turning a conference platform into a virtual stage so that the music can sing. I'm extremely grateful to Lex Simakis, a new member of our Zalon team, who is serving as our lead engineer this evening. Lex is a pianist, composer, arranger, and producer. He received a degree in piano performance from Ithaca College and Jazz, and is currently in his 2nd semester of the Masters of Music Technology program at Temple University. He's excited by emerging technologies in the field, and we're so grateful to have you with us tonight, Lex. Another shout out to our technical director, Adam Vidixis, Andrew Litz, Gerardo Rizumni, who has been doing an amazing job as both our engineer and treasurer. Please wave hello to our fabulous Zalon team. I also want to acknowledge all of you out there who have served on the salon team in my home. We will be back, and I can't wait to see you all again, welcoming musicians and audience, preparing food, overseeing sound checks and recordings, and having fun at the post-salon party soon. Lastly, many of you know that our beloved friend and longtime team member, Manfred Fischbeck, passed away last month, and the March Salon was dedicated in his memory. You can watch that replay on the zalonarts.org website, which is posted in the chat. He believed so strongly in the salon. He was a part of it since the very beginning and dedicated his life to ways that music and dance can open us to more heart connection and wondrous new realms. So in the spirit of arts and community that Manfred celebrated, I'm pleased to now introduce you to the first performers this evening, the Parker Trio. So if we can bring them on, yes. Welcome to the Parker Trio. This Parker Trio is Jon Ballantyne on piano, Jean Perla on bass, and Adam Nussbaum on drums. It's a great pleasure to have these 3 incredibly talented performers with us tonight. I encourage you to go to the website to read more about them, but just a little bit of background info here. Jon Ballantyne, has performed with many illustrious artists, including Roy Haynes, Joe Henderson, Mingus Big Band, and Phil Woods. Jean Perla has performed or recorded with a dazzling array of greats, including Chick Corea, Miles Davis, Dizzy Gillespie, Woody Herman, Joni Mitchell, Buddy Rich, Sonny Rollins, Nina Simone, Frank Sinatra, and the list goes on. He's currently playing, producing, and teaching at Lehigh University and at the New School University. Adam Nussbaum studied music at the City College of New York and has performed with Stan Getz, Gil Evans Orchestra, Gary Burton, and Toots Thielmans, along with others. Please join me in giving a huge warm welcome to the virtual stage, playing from Gene's home, the Parker Trio.
Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Welcome to my home in Easton, Pennsylvania. I live on Parker Avenue, hence the name of our group, Parker Trio. And you know who the musicians are, so we'll get on with the music. The first piece we're going to play for you is one of the greatest composers in our lifetime. His name is Wayne Shorter. He spent many years with many different bands, most notably Miles Davis, and then later in his own group, Weather Report. And the song we're going to play for you is a slow ballad. It's called Infant Eyes, and it's normally played in 4/4, but we're going to play it in a slow 6/8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's one for you. Is the mic back on, right? Yeah. Okay. So I did a little, before we played tonight, I was kind of curious, so I asked the fellows, to do a little research, and a couple of names have been mentioned already, but it winds up that the three of us independently have played with a lot of different people. But some of the strong names that all three of us have played with are Joe Henderson, which was mentioned already, Michael Brecker, the fabulous saxophonist, Phil Woods, another saxophonist, David Liebman, Lee Konitz, and Al Cohen, all saxophonists that all three of us have played with. So that was kind of fun to do that research. Anyway, now there's an original composition coming your way. A short little story about this is that through circumstances with my first wife, we adopted a couple of children from Colombia. And there was a woman who was very, very helpful to us. It's a long and wonderful story about her, so I wrote a song about her called Laurence. And here it is for you. Okay, well, we'll play that one for you another time. This one will be also an original composition of mine called Going Up. And it's basically based on what happens with the melody that goes up. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Woohoo! Awesome. More.
I wish we could listen to you all night. This was just incredible. Your beautiful music. The sound was amazing. I also want to thank your tech guy. I think his name is Nick, who's helping out there. It was just incredible performance and amazing. I felt like you were right here in my living room performing for all of us. Thank you so much, Parker Trio, Jean Perla, Jon Ballantyne, Adam Nussbaum. Please stay on so that we can chat with you at the end of the evening. People want to learn more about you, where you're performing, where they can get your recordings. So thank you once again for being with us tonight. Just a wonderful opening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Great pleasure. Everyone, just a reminder that you can make a simple tax-deductible donation to support these fantastic artists. The link is in the chat. And I'm thrilled to welcome our next performer, a super talented powerhouse of a woman, singer, recording and performing artist and thought leader, Val Gay. Val is an active performer, having performed in small and large concert halls, including Carnegie Hall. In 2021, Val began releasing singles from her first solo recording project entitled Repurposed, Repositioned. Val is also an active entrepreneur with many organizations, including Fortress Arts Academy, which teaches skills and arts, especially to those in underserved communities. Other groups under Val's leadership include Syncopate Advisors, the Ever Ensemble, Soulful Affirmations, and Fuse Box. In 2019, Val received an honorary doctorate from St. Joseph's University. And it's an honor to serve with Val on the board of the Young Women's Composers Camp, creating opportunities for high school female identifying composers to deepen their skills. Something we both believe very strongly about. Val has so many other accolades, and so do all of these artists too. So please do check the artists page on our website to learn more about them and how else you can follow and support the artists. So Val is performing from her home in Philadelphia. She's singing her arrangement of Ella's song and an original from her forthcoming album. Let's give it up for Val Gay.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Andrea. I'm super excited, a little nervous because this is like a cultural phenomenon. The salon, now the Zalon, is such a cultural phenomenon. I have to say this. I think Andrea has heard me say this and maybe rolling her eyes right now, but since I can't see her, I'm going to say it anyway. For years, I would hear people say, oh my gosh, did you hear about the latest salon? Did you go? And I was like, no, I didn't hear about it. And they were like, oh yeah, you have to be invited. Never mind. And then I got my own invitation. I was so excited. So this is my third time presenting. I'm so excited. It's the first time by myself. I'm given the COVID, doing everything here. But I just want to give a special shout out to one of my musical partners, Dr. J. Llewellyn, with whom I performed twice in the Salon. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity. So this first song, Ella's Song, is an arrangement. I call it that because I literally just took the lyrics and about half a bar of the melody. But I want to give credit where credit is due to Bernice Reagan from Sweet Honey and the Rock. Ella is Ella Baker, who, if you don't know who she was a civil rights giant, civil and human rights giant from the 20th century. She literally was behind the scenes throughout the 20th century, and mentored and worked with people from W.E.B. Du Bois to Thurgood Marshall to Martin Luther King, then Rosa Parks, Stokely Carmichael, like the whole list of folks. And all of these words that you're about to hear were her words. And so I give to you Ella's Song. Ooh, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, we becomes, until the killing of black men, black mother sons, is as important as the killing of white men, white mother sons. The older I get, the better I know that the secret of my going on is when the reins are in the hands of the young who dare to run against the storm. Not needing to clutch for power, I don't need the light to shine down only on me. I just need to be one in the number as we stand against tyranny. Hey, yeah. Struggling myself don't mean a whole lot. I've come to realize is that teaching others to stand up and fight is the only way my struggle survives. It survives. Oh, I'm a woman who speaks with a voice, and I must be heard. Sometimes I can be quite difficult, but I will bow down to no man's word, to no man's word. So we who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, I said we who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom. The people united will never be divided. Okay, so my second song is an original from my upcoming album, which is called Repurpose and Reposition. You just heard Andrea say that. And this song, the albums, I've been releasing singles primarily because, like tonight, the album is eclectic. It has a lot of different genres on. I don't really like labels, particularly as it relates to music and as it relates to me. And so I don't have an album of lots of different things, of one thing. It's the things that I love, and they're all originals. This song is called I'm Here. And as I was thinking about what to sing, this seemed to be the most appropriate song. And I think you'll get it in a couple of minutes. And I just want to say again, thank you so much. And I'm so thrilled to be here. One more sip of water. Okay, I'm here. I always dreamed that this would happen. I would make it to this point. I would be standing in this place if I could stay and run the race. I would finally make it home. One day I started wondering, what if my dreams were fooling me? How could I ever make it out, ever overcome these doubts? And would I make it on my own? Well, I'm here, I'm strong, and for the first time in my life, I'm right where I belong. And though it feels like it's a dream, I know what I feel is real, because I'm here right now. I'm here. No, this is not my happy ending. It's not where my story ends. This is where my journey starts. 'Cause I know deep in my heart I have only just begun. Well, and it feels so good to know I finally got it right. So don't tell me it's a dream, 'cause I know what I feel is real, because I'm here right now. I'm here. I am here to claim a prize, to seize this moment in my life. This dream is mine. This dream is more.
We felt you through the screen.
Yay. Oh, thank you.
We found you. That's for sure. Val, what inspiring and powerful and heartfelt singing. I had goosebumps.
Oh, wow.
I have goosebumps. I felt the tears coming. That was just so beautiful and so, you know, really from the authentic place. So I'm thrilled that you could be here with us tonight, performing for all of us. I think, you know, we want to be moved. We need to be moved. We need to be connected to our souls, and so appreciate you bringing us there tonight. Please stay on if you can, because we'd love to chat with you a little bit later. Val Gay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Our next performer, Luiz Simas, returns to the Zalon. Many of you will recognize Luiz. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He's performed and recorded with some of the greatest Brazilian artists. And he was a founding member of bossa nova and rock groups in Brazil. He was the first musician in Rio to use a synthesizer. Luiz moved to New York in 1989, and since then he's performed at many different venues, such as the Birdland Jazz Club, Weill Recital Hall, the Metropolitan Room, the Iridium in New York, halls in Oslo, London, and Odessa, and the list goes on. He's also been touring Europe regularly, and we are so honored that you're here with us tonight. Luiz will perform music inspired by his homeland from his current home in New York City. Here's Luiz.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here again at the Salon. Thank you, and Andrea, for this wonderful opportunity. It's so great. And now the Zalon. Well, I'm going to do two of my compositions. The first one is called Quebra-Mar. It means sea break. And it's just a piano solo composition. I'm going to do it now. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm in my home in New York, by the way. Second song I'm gonna do is mostly an improvised piece, and I called it Samba Zalon. Samba Zalon. I need to have a little change of costume to play it. Just this. Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Keep the hat. Keep the hat.
Okay. All right.
He's in New York. Ah, nice.
We like that. We love your music, Luis, and we love you.
Oh.
It's so wonderful to have you back. And, hopefully you'll be back here in my living room, but we just loved it. The exquisite music, the flow, the wondrous harmonic colors that you're able to produce. And, you know, the way that you make your spinet piano sing. It's really just glorious. Thank you so much. A reminder, everybody, to consider donating to these wonderful performers. And that link is in the chat. And I'm pleased to introduce our next performer, my friend and excellent musician. Aaron Larget-Caplan is an international recording and touring guitarist who has premiered over 80 compositions. He's the founder and director of Con Fuego, a Spanish classical music and flamenco dance trio, and the new Lullaby Project, which has premiered over 65 commissioned compositions. Aaron has multiple acclaimed solo recordings, and you can learn more about him on the program page at our website. An advocate for classical music in schools, Aaron performs and directs educational programs that aim to take classical music into different communities. Aaron is on the faculty at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, and tonight he's going to perform a Philadelphia premiere by Kevin Siegfried and a Paraguayan meditation by Agustín Barrios. So let's give it up for Aaron Larget-Caplan. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Give me a handshake, give me a head nod, bobbleheads, awesome. It is wonderful to be here. I'm in Boston and I do miss coming down to Philly, and I cannot wait to do it again. So thank you to Andrea and the whole team. It is awesome, and it's the first time I get to actually play with someone I've met through the Salon with Luis, and just amazing musicians tonight. So thank you everyone for staying committed and all of your support for the arts. It means the world. The first piece I'm going to play you is called Tracing a Wheel on Water. It is written by Kevin Siegfried. Kevin is a composer who lives just north of Boston in Andover, Massachusetts. But at the time, he was living in Kittery, Maine with his family on an ocean inlet. And he was, I asked him to write a short dance. It was his first piece for guitar. And we met at a salon for the late composer Daniel Pinkham. And so he was very intrigued to write for me. And he wrote this dance inspired by the tides and their coming and goings as he saw them and how they affected his family. So this is Tracing a Wheel on Water, which is also the title track of my debut CD from 2006. This is a long time ago, but it's so sweet to be able to share it with you. Tracing a Wheel on Water. Thank you very much. That was Kevin Siegfried's Tracing a Wheel on Water. For those guitar enthusiasts amongst you, he really likes B, and usually I would tune my string up to B and play the piece, my A string up to B, but sometimes I break a string and I have to have low tension, and I don't have low tension. So a friend of mine destroyed a capo and made it so I can just push down one string, which is great. On my Patron page, I talk about this piece, and you can see what happens if I do, what happens when a string breaks. But that's Tracing a Wheel on Water. And yes, What's on My Stand, I talk about this piece. It is I think it's on YouTube, but definitely on Patreon. So next piece is called Una limosna por el amor de Dios by Agustín Barrios. Barrios was the guitarist of the 20th century from Latin America, toured all over, and was quite amazing. This is his last piece. He was living in San Salvador. He was poor. He was actually quite sick towards the end of his life. And each day, a beggar woman would come by and knock on his door and say, Una limosna por el amor de Dios, an alm for the love of God. So he took this knocking and he wrote this piece. And to me, it is reminds us of humanity that we have to have, especially now and every day, especially after COVID, the more humanity that we need to feel and act on. So thank you all so much, and I can't wait to meet you afterwards. It's live. Sorry.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
Hi.
Beautiful. So much.
Very soothing.
Aaron,
so
that
much.
was just gorgeous. The music was enchanting. Your playing was exquisite. Your artistry, it was a balm for our souls. Much
Thank you.
needed. Thank you for that precious gift. You have lots of fans on the chat, so you might want to check them out and say hello there, but we're also looking forward to speaking with you at the end. Thank you so much. That was Aaron Larget-Caplan. Thank you, Aaron. And now I'm pleased to introduce my friend and excellent musician, Terry Eder. Pianist Terry Eder has performed to audience and critical acclaim in France, Italy, Germany, Canada, the US, China, and Singapore, as well as in major halls in New York City. The critics described her recital at Alice Tully Hall as a fascinating performance full of life and risk. She's given master classes at the Kennedy Center, the Oberlin Conservatory, and the Young Soo-To Conservatory in Singapore, among other places. She's released 3 CDs, including a wonderful Bartok disc that was featured in Gramophone magazine. Terry is the founder and artistic director of Key Pianists, a concert series at Carnegie Hall. I'm also so grateful to Terry and her husband, Gene Kaufman, for commissioning and producing my first opera, Mila, Great Sorcerer, with libretto by Jean-Claude Vanitali and Lois Walden. Let's give our warmest welcome to Terry Eder, performing from her home in Manhattan.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm so happy to be here once again. I played on the Zalon, the first Zalon, a year ago. And at that time, I played Bach. And here I am a year later, and I'm still playing Bach. So tonight I'm going to play 2 preludes and fugues from the first book of Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier. I can't get enough of this music, and I've been spending a lot of time with it over the last year, playing many of them and delving into them. They have just unlimited depth, and I'm so happy to spend time with them. So I'm playing tonight from Book 1, the C sharp major and D major preludes and fugues. The set are somewhat related, not to each other, but each prelude is related to each fugue in that they share a mood or an emotion. And these pieces have so much depth in them and so much character. Each key really has its own mood and its own emotions. And I chose these 2 because I find them very uplifting and ebullient. In fact, the C sharp major can be described as full of light and really dancing and really shining. The D major, I think gallant is the word that describes it. French gallantry. It's very gentle in the prelude, and then the character changes and it becomes somewhat virtuosic to introduce the fugue, which is royal and stately and majestic and very declamatory. So I find these 2 works wonderful, and here they are, 2 preludes and fugues by J.S. Bach.
go. Woo! Beautiful.
Wow, fantastic. Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Yay.
Thank you so much, Terry. You know, Bach also takes me to another plane of existence, and I agree. It's impossible to tire of these pieces, and I'm just so glad that you play Bach again tonight. You know, there's a constantly unfolding landscape of beauty with Bach. I even remember my father saying when I was young that when he hears Bach, that all is in harmony in the world. Remember that, Dad? And I felt that tonight with your playing, Terry. Place of harmony and possibility. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
So we look forward to speaking with you later. And remember, everybody, that you can support these wonderful performers by making a simple tax-deductible donation. The link is in the chat. It's also on our website, and it's on my invitations. And if you're not on the invitation list, you can simply write to me at aclearfield@gmail.com, and my email is also on my website. So now I'm overjoyed to welcome Alex Shapiro, my composerly soul sister on the West Coast, and Adam Marks, a pianist who is performing her work. Composer Alex Shapiro is just an amazing woman, person, composer. She, like me, aligns note after note with the hope that at least a few of them will actually sound good together. I can really resonate with that. Her persistence at this activity, as well as nonfiction writing about the music business, public speaking, arts advocacy, wildlife photography, and the shameless instigation of insufferable puns on social media, has led to a happy life. And you should all friend Alex, because her posts are always so much fun and interesting, and you can also learn a lot more about her work. She's also very supportive of other composers and how to get new music out into the world. So thank you for that, Alex. Her acoustic and electroacoustic works are performed and broadcast daily and can be found on over 30 commercial released albums from record labels and artists around the world. And now here's Alex, and she will speak about her work from San Juan Island in Washington. And Adam Marks will also be joining us to tell us about playing this work as a pianist.
Hi, everybody. And hello, Adam. I'm so glad you're joining me for this. And it is such a joy to, be back once again for Andrea's incredibly special Zalon. I mean, these are just extraordinary events. And it's very touching. These performances that up until now have been unbelievable. What a joy. The piece you're going to hear right now, we've gone from Bach to current day piano. It's a solo piano work called Spark. And you know what? It was possibly the most challenging commission that I've ever had. And not so much because of the nature of the piece, solo piano, but because of its deeply emotional meaning. An attorney in Chicago named Sherwin Abrams, who's since become a very good friend, he contacted me out of the blue a number of years ago at the recommendation of a mutual friend. And he was asking if he could commission me to compose a piece in honor of the love of his life, a woman named Mara Burchard, who had passed away very tragically from cancer in her mid-50s. So I asked Sherwin if he would be kind enough to email me some photos or remembrances, something about Mara, to kind of connect me to her. And he did. And what I learned of Mara and her amazing radiant nature, it led me to create not a slow, elegiac kind of piece, what you might expect for this sort of thing, but instead one that really reflects her spark of a life, which was filled with passion and intensity and this kind of burning brightness. And you're going to hear this even in the final note of the piece, which sort of continues to resonate brightly. So I want to introduce you now to my dear friend, and who's an amazing artist, as you're going to see, the amazing New York-based pianist, Adam Marks, who released an entire CD of my complete solo piano works. It came out this fall, and it's called ARCANA, and Spark is the first track of that CD. And Adam recorded a really beautiful video of Spark that you're going to see right now, and he's going to tell you about it. And also, he's a gem of a person, and I encourage you to pop over to Andrea's Zalon webpage and check out Adam's bio and his website as well. So Adam, continue where I've left off.
Well, thank you. I'm coming to you tonight from Raleigh, North Carolina, because I can travel again, and I'm here rehearsing with known Philadelphia singer Jennifer Beatty. So we're excited to be here. But Spark has been a regular part of my repertoire since I met Alex a little over a decade ago, and it's such a joy to play. Especially in the last year, it's a great reminder that there's always a spark to latch onto, even when we're grieving. Alex asked me to talk just a little bit about how we made this album. Because I'm on the road, you're watching this video from our release last year, but I was able to record in the wonderful salon of Yamaha Artist Services right on Fifth Avenue in New York. Yamaha is an incredibly gracious sponsor for me, and the piano you'll see me playing is the DCFX, which I like to call the Lamborghini of pianos. It's got a huge sound and a really broad color palette, but it also has incredible technology. It's basically the smartest player piano we could possibly have. So the way we did it was that we recorded in that salon, even with the street noise from Fifth Avenue. And what we were doing was capturing very detailed MIDI data, which Alex then went back to her beautiful enclave in the Northwest to edit, and then brought back to New York. We played it back through the pianos and did an acoustic recording at the Academy of Arts and Letters. So it was this very high tech and yet very human process to make it come together. I'm so grateful to Yamaha and Alex for all their support through the project. And like I said, we made this video for the CD release last year. And Alex is just such a great composer. And I hope this brings a spark into your Sunday evening.
extraordinary. Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo.
Bravo.
That was really good.
Right?
Adam is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and so are you, Alex. The piece was
Yeah.
incredibly gorgeous. The performance was magnificent.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you both so much. Please check out more of Alex's work and check out Adam's work. Adam Marks, Alex Shapiro, we love you. We'd love to chat later, so please do stay on. Thank you so much. And now I'm pleased to kind of change the vibe in the Salon manner to Weege and the Wonder Twins, who are returning with another wild performance. Lexi Weege and identical twins, Tom and AJ Del Negro, channel the vintage vibes of Keats and Bessie Smith. Frontwoman Lexi Weege is a brazen vocal acrobat. We love her here. She is a transfixing storyteller, and the Wonder Twins lend their voices as well. Their debut album, Marigold, was released in 2017, followed by another entitled Do I Seem Weird Lately in 2019. They perform hundreds of shows around the country, so let's give some love to Weege and the Wonder Twins.
Thank you so much, everybody. Well, howdy. I hope you all are doing good. We're going to play you a little tune off of our new record. This tune is called Counting, and it's all about just waiting for the time to pass you by. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Barreiros estão parando. That's all she has. We should watch it. Time goes by. Racing, racing, these days are I'm not happy, I'm not sometimes there's no need for words, as in they come. We sit watching as time goes by. There are more patterns in the spaces of the sea. I think we will get along all right. Come, there's always this hoping that we are patient, patient these days, that's all I do. I'm not happy, but I got you. Sometimes there's no need for words, 'cause if they come, we sit and walk and it's not good. There are points and pains in the spaces of the street. I think that we will get along all right. I think that we will get along all right. I think get along, get along, get along. When's it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm deep. Always bringing out what I surrender. I wanna be satisfied, but instead I'm complacent and okay. Singing these songs I don't believe, the lungs and the dreams are just on me. I know, but I'm who knows what heaven was. So I keep my head down and I do my way. Turning these tables day in and day out so we can have another thing to sing about. I'm hoping for someone to get me free. I want. It's called waiting. Then hold out, wait for time to pass you by. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waiting, when I'm back, waiting for a time to face me by. Since my baby left me, I do not cry. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, and I'm in the lane, change like the same. I miss myself. My baby's gone. My baby's gone. My baby, good baby's gone. Leave me. I'm falling. Well.
well, ever since. I cannot where you lose your life. My baby's gone. My baby, you hang on, do your whistle. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lexi, Weege, and AJ and Tom for performing for us your soulful music. You have a lot of new fans who they all want to invite you to perform in their homes. So make sure
We would love to.
Yes.
We have our cootie shots. So as essential workers, so we are like, we're so down.
Let us into your home.
they're
Yes.
rock and roll. Have you been on tour? I know you're in Massachusetts. Have you been touring at all? Or are you just waiting for
No, we're just kind of waiting until it's safe to do so.
Yep, soon.
Soon.
And I hope to have you back here. Just
Please, we would love that so much.
I think I met you in Taos, right?
Yes, we met in Taos.
At the Adobe Bar. I'm so glad that we had a chance to meet. You blew me away there, and every time you perform. So thank you so much, all three of you, and please stay on so that we can speak to you in a little bit.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Woo.
I'm so grateful that my good friend and my exceptionally talented friend, Paul Reisler, has returned to the Salon to perform for you from his home in Little Washington, Virginia, with vocalist Cheryl Toth. Paul has been writing songs, performing, composing, recording, teaching. He's so versatile. Songwriting for over 45 years. He was the leader of the band Trapezoid, which you might remember, and many other groups. His discovery that kids make the best song co-writers led to his founding of the Kid Pan Alley, which has been wildly successful. To date, he's helped 70,000 children write 3,000 songs. Wow. And has produced 5 CDs featuring artists including Amy Grant, Sissy Spacek, Delbert McClinton, and Corey Harris, recording the songs that he wrote with the children. He has many, many other accolades that you can read about on our website. But for now, I want to turn things over to you. I'm so glad that we met at the Virginia Center for the Creative Arts so many years ago and have been able to stay in touch all these years, and welcome Cheryl to the Zalon for the first time. So I'll turn it over to you guys. Let's give a warm welcome to Paul Reisler and Cheryl Toth.
Well, thank you. Thanks. And, I think we'll start with a song I wrote at Virginia Center for the Creative Arts. You just reminded me. That's where we met. And a while back there, I've been going there for almost 30 years. And for a while there, I was organizing about 6 songwriters would get together, and we'd all go there for a couple of weeks and do a whole lot of co-writing. We'd write like a dozen songs each in a week, in 2 weeks. And This is one of those songs I wrote with Pam Rose and Georgia Middleman, two amazing songwriters and performers who live in Nashville. Pam used to tour with Sting, and Georgia is in a trio with Kenny Loggins. And we were sitting there one day and we were talking, and we realized that all three of us had very serious mental illness in our family. Mine was my late wife's sister, Mary Jo, who's been institutionalized most of her life. And we started imagining what would it be like to be at their funeral, and what would we be feeling then? And we wrote this song all about forgiveness.
Somehow the wind won't even whisper. It's so quiet in this place. Strange, I thought there'd be a lot more tears rolling down my face. I didn't mean to wait so long. There were all these things I couldn't say. What is love without forgiveness? Guess I'm finding out today. You are my blood, I have your hands, but there's still so much of you I'll never understand. I only pray if there's any grace at all, if there's a place where sorrow ends and love begins. Forgiveness. I always thought you could be different. You'd get it together, straighten up, mute the voices, change the channel. Anything if you loved me enough. It's so ironic as I stand here, what I wouldn't give to hear your voice. All those times that you weren't there for me. Now I know you didn't have a choice. You are my blood, I have your so much of you I'll never understand. I only pray if there's any grace at all, if there's a place where sorrow ends and love begins. Forgiveness. Somehow the wind won't even whisper. It's so quiet in this place.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks for
Thank
singing
you.
with me tonight.
And thank you for this opportunity. It's very humbling and such a great honor. It's just such amazing voices and performances, and I'm so glad I had an opportunity to be a part of it. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I think I'll play an instrumental now. This is one I wrote while I was trekking in Nepal, and I thought I'd play it tonight because I know Andrea had written a lot of wonderful music from trips to Tibet. And this was a piece I wrote. We were trekking for a couple of weeks along the wild Marshandi River, which is a river that flows out of the Annapurna Mountains from about 26,000 feet to about sea level in a very short period of time. So it's really like one waterfall after another. And you're trekking along this narrow path. And I had just been in India, in South India, in Kerala, studying drumming, an instrument called the mandolin, which is a two-headed transverse drum. And so as we were walking along, I was practicing all my rhythms on my thighs, and I started to realize that a tune was forming in my head. Of course, I didn't have a guitar with me or a recorder or anything else, but I had 2 weeks to remember this, and I got home, and it took me almost 2 years to learn how to play it because it was a little bit above my pay grade at the time. But, anyway, here it is. It's called Marshandi. And thanks for having us, Andrea. And also wanted to tell you all, we host a Zalon-inspired concert series back in our hometown that we've been doing virtually since last March with a lot of great artists like Tom Paxton, Kathy Mattea, John McCutcheon, and our next one is May 2nd with Howard Levy of the Flecktones, and Howard's someone I've been playing with off and on for almost 40 years, as well as Billy Jonas, and I'll put it in the chat afterwards, but we invite you to come join us. It's May 2nd at 7 o'clock Eastern. Anyway, here's Marshandi.
Stunning.
Wow.
Gracias. Bravo. Thank you. Beautiful.
Spectacular. That's beautiful.
And I love your voice, by the way, your accompaniment.
Oh, thank you.
I forget your name, sorry.
Cheryl, that's Cheryl Toth and Paul Reisler. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you back, Paul and Cheryl. Just so great to meet you. The heartfelt singing performances. Paul, that last song you played just takes me away. I've listened to it many times, actually, and I just love that piece. I also hope to check out your concert on May 2nd, so please make sure to let us know all about it. And it was many moons ago that we met at the Virginia Center for the Creative Arts, and it's been wonderful to stay in touch all these years. I'll be there in July, so I'm really excited about that. Maybe we'll all have a chance to play together.
In July.
So please stay on until the end so that we can chat with you about your music. And thank you both so much, Paul and Cheryl.
Yeah, you can scoot towards the chair.
Everyone, you can make a tax-deductible donation to these wonderful artists who are giving so much of themselves tonight. Their artistry, their heart, their passion, their vision, dedication, beauty. Every little bit makes a difference. So I do encourage you to check out the link in the chat, and if you can, make a donation to the artists. A reminder that after the next performance, we will have our virtual toast, followed by a Q&A with the artists. So please have your drink of choice ready. We will toast to art, health, and community. And last but certainly not least, I'm delighted to present to you, performing at the Zalon for the very first time, Marian Halliday. And she will be performing with her sister, Jane. Marian Halliday is a native Kentuckian who splits her time between Louisville and Philadelphia. She performs a special blend of bluegrass and bourbon-infused original women power Americana. Perfect, just right before our toast. She released her debut solo album in 2019, and in its first month, congratulations on this, both the album and Marian were ranked #3 on the US International Folk DJ charts. Marian has appeared at venues and festivals in the US, Scotland, and Mexico. A shout out to our friend Buzz Rosenberg for introducing us. And let's welcome Marian and Jane, her sister, performing from Louisville, Kentucky.
Thank you guys. So we're so glad to be here. And Andrea, thanks for putting together this great program. We had the privilege of, I guess, bringing us down the home stretch to speak like people from Kentucky who are about to have the Derby. And we're going to do a couple songs for you that are from a series of songs that I've written about Philadelphia, because I love my adopted hometown of Philly. And though I'm here in Louisville right now, my heart's in Philly. And so the first song we're going to do for you, I wrote after moving to the Fairmount area and taking long walks through Laurel Hill Cemetery and wanting to understand the founding of that cemetery. And you can go on my website and read all the nerdy stuff about all of these songs, but the short version is, it was founded in the 1840s by a gentleman whose daughter had died. And when she was buried in the then Philadelphia cemetery, it was so crowded that 3 months later, he went to her grave and couldn't find it. And the tragedy of losing a child is something I can't put my head around, but not finding your child after they were buried is even more tragic. So this song is called Resting on Laurel Hill. Climb Laurel Hill in the early morning sun, dangle from the tall trees, watch the water run. You never dreamed that the frost would one day come, or your breath hang like a white cloud. The leaves turn brown. Starts with a simple thing, nothing to alarm. Slight chill, a dull ache, there's chores to be done. There's cows to milk, then it's time to harvest corn. We say hard work won't wait, you can rest when you're done. Shadows on the water, voices in the wind, they're gone in a moment, as if it's never been. Once I brought you foxglove, wish that I could still. I'm looking, can't find you on Laurel Hill. And how fast a small cough can turn so very bad. The blossom of youth was all you would have, and in a bed of foxglove you now rest, with lilac for your bonnet and lilies for your dress. Shadows on the water and voices in the wind, gone in a moment, as if it's never been. Once I brought you foxglove, wish that I could still. I'm looking, I can't find you on Laurel Hill. Climb Laurel Hill in the fading of the sun. I stand in the cool shade and watch that water run. I dream of a day when I'll be lying still beside you in the foxglove on Laurel Hill. Thank you, guys. The last song of the evening and the last song from us is another of my songs from my Philly song series. And this song was inspired, so I was a newcomer to Philly and I started taking hikes in Wissahickon Park, beautiful park. And I remember hiking off up into the woods on a hill and stumbling literally across a statue to the native peoples, the Lenape, who are the real true first settlers of this area of the Delaware Valley. And I can say a whole lot about what that meant to me to see that statue and the sadness, frankly, that I felt. Read about it on my website. But the one thing I do want to tell you about is that there are two Lenape phrases I use at the end of the song. And I had the assistance with both the pronunciation of these phrases and the construction of them with the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape tribe. And they've asked whenever I sing this song that I remind people they are still here. There are survivors. They want to be remembered. They are still with us. So this song is called If Statues Could Speak. And I want to say a special thank you to my sister, who's an amazing violinist, but she also plays a whole bunch of other things. So she's going to dazzle you with a few.
No. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
speak, oh, what would I say if these stone lips could move? What would it prove anyway? Yeah, 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 yeah. Who was the first in this place? Not their people, but my race. Ask the wind or the stars or the gentle rain or the whispering stream that bears my name. If I could speak, what would I say? If these stone lips could move, what would it prove? Anyway, yeah, 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 yeah. Nahu hane, alahate, nahu hane, lahate. Tashasi hana, alahate. Tashasi hana, alahate.
Wow.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for having us.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Moving.
Oh, thank you.
How beautiful.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Wow.
Beautiful, Marion and Jane.
Go, go.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you so much. I know how busy you are. And Jane, I understand you had 3 gigs today. So thank you for performing. We were very moved. That last piece was gorgeous, all of it. And if you were here in my home, we'd all be singing with you. So I don't know how many of you were singing out there, but I certainly was singing in my heart. And it was just a blessing to have you close this program for us.
Thank you.
And I hope you'll be able to stop by when you're in Philly.
Yes, I'll be there in June. Maybe we can get together and just talk music and have coffee and for reals, like
yes, for
human
real.
to human.
My second shot tomorrow. So I certainly hope so. Anyway, thank you so much, Marion and Jane Halliday. Everybody, please do follow them. One last reminder to go onto our website, zalonarts.org, so that you can learn more about these artists, how you can support them. They have all kinds of links. You can follow them on social media. And a last reminder that you can make a simple tax-deductible donation to support the performers. It's easy to do, and the link is in the chat. A video of tonight's program will be up on the Zalon website in just a few days, and you're welcome to invite your friends to watch. Before we close, I just want to express my deep gratitude to the performers for sharing not only your artistry, but your heart with us. I felt like tonight was so much about the heart, and we really connected with you so deeply. So thank you all, performers. And engineers Lex Simakis, Gerardo Razumny, Andrew Litz, Adam Vidixis, thank you so much for your time in helping things run smoothly. Can we thank the performers and the engineers? Let's give one more big round of applause.
Yes. Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
32.
I feel so grateful for our very special Zalon community that keeps expanding throughout the US and abroad. The next Salon will be on May 23rd, and I'll keep you apprised of the Zalon hybrid. Yes, we will be back in my home in some capacity for the 35-year anniversary in September, which will also be streamed as a Zalon. And so now let's get our drinks ready. Give me a minute here with my my favorite Balvenie. And let us lift our glasses for our traditional Zalon toast to art, to health, to community. Cheers. Thank you all.